Hello everybody, in this video we'll be seeing how to merge two sorted linked lists. So let's see how do we do it. So you're given two linked lists. The name of this one is list 1 and this is list 2, and in the output both of these linked lists have to be merged and also it should be sorted. So the output should look like this, which is nothing but 1 2 2 3 3 4 and 5. This is how the output should look. So now let's see how do we do it. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll be creating like first there will be a head, and then after this head I am adding an extra node which is called as the tail, and in final output we will be deleting this tail, but for now let this tail be there. And let's just write the code for it. I will explain you why I'm doing all this, but for first let's just write the code now. Code node star head is equal to new node 0, and to this head we have another to this head we have a pointer called as tail, which is pointing to it, is equal to head. Later on we'll be deleting this tail completely, so let this tail be there for now because it will be easier for us to code, and I will tell you why. Now while list 1 and list 2 exists, so until like you know until like these two exists we keep on be merging them. So until these two exist, I mean they exist, if list 1 of value, or just write it as val, if list 1 of val, wait, what is happening, if list 1 of val is less than equal to list 2 of val, then what will happen is, here we can see the list 1 value over here is definitely less than the list 2 value, like 1 is less than 2. So now what will happen is tail of next like is equal to list 1. So basically the next address of this will point to this. So now we have just basically created something like this, and then we move the list 1's starting position to the next. So we write list 1 of list 1 is equal to list 1 of x, but like basically what I meant is uh, like initially the list 1 is over here, the list 1 header, like the list 1 starting is over here, so we just push it forward. So list 1 is equal to list 1 of next, so it goes to the next one. And basically with this line we just did list is equal to list 1 of next. So initially like list 1 is over here, so it goes to next, so it becomes over here the starting point. And I'll just remove this part, and now we have to send this tail position all the way till here. So right now the tail is pointing to this, so we have to bring the tail over here. So we just give tail is equal to tail of next, tail is equal to tail of next, and we have to break this thing. So tail of next is equal to null. So basically with this what I have done is I am breaking this part, so this thing goes away, and now my tail becomes a part of, so becomes like this, and now we can close it. So by now our linked list has become like 0 and then 1, which is like this 0 and then 1, and now we have to write even also the else part also. So else, basically everything will just get changed from list 1 to list 2. So it will be tail of next is equal to list 2, and list 2 is equal to list 2 of next, and the tail position has to be changed. So tail is equal to tail of next, and that thing has to be broken. So next. So now if we see, now the list 1 value, now the list 1 value is over here and list 2 value is over here. So list 1 of value is 2 and list 2 of value is also 2, which is like both of them are equal. So now tail of next will become list 1. So as this tail position was changed, so I'll just write the new tail position. So the tail was here. So now, so tail of next is equal to list 1. So this tail goes over here, and then list is equal to list 1 of next. So tail of next is equal to list 1. So this tail just got shifted over here, and list 1 is equal to list 1 of next, which is nothing but this list 1 position will get forwarded over here, and tail is equal to tail of next. So now in the second iteration, which when we compare the values, it will be list 1 of value is nothing but 2 and list 2 of value is nothing but 2. Both of them are equal, so this block will be executed. So tail of next is equal to list 1. So this is nothing but this just means that we are gonna connect these two, and then list of 1 is equal to list 1 of next. So there's nothing but this list 1 will get shifted. Wait, this list 1 gets shifted over here, and tail is equal to tail of next, and even this tail gets shifted. So if I do this, tail gets shifted and tail of next is equal to null, and this part gets broken. So this is what it is. So now if we go into the third iteration, so it will be list 1 of value is 3 and list 2 of value is 2. So this block will not get executed, and now this block will get executed. So tail of next is equal to list 2. So now this line tail of next is equal to list 2, this nothing but means now this thing will get joined like this, and list 2 is equal to list 2 of next, which is nothing but let me just, this list 2 gets over here, list 2 position goes over here, and tail is equal to tail of next, which is nothing but this tail position goes over here, something like this. Let me just rotate it if it's possible. No, just write it. So this tail now points over here, and this one tail of next is equal to null gets broken. So which is nothing but this part gets broken. So let's just remove this. So that's how it is. So now in the fourth iteration, if we see, it keeps on getting like changing. So in the fourth iteration, if you see, both of them are equal, 3 and 3. So this entire block will get executed, and let's just do it one more time. So list one of value is 3, list 2 of value is also 3. So tail of next is equal to list 1. So tail. Now if we do one more time, if we do the iteration, so like if we compare the values, here list 1 is 3, list 2 of value is also 3. So if we do comparison, so list 1 of value 3, list 2 of value is also 3, tail is equal to tail of next. So this tail will go over here, and list 1 is equal to list 1 of next. But after this, list 1 doesn't exist. Thus, this entire while loop will break because list 1 just got exhausted. So list 1 is over. So now we'll go to the next part of the code, list 2. So basically what just happened was our list 1 just got exhausted. So this part won't get executed and this part will get executed. And so we'll bring back the tail to the head. Tail is equal to head, and I just move the head to the next position. Head is equal to head of next, and I just delete the tail which I just created for no reason, like for the reason of simplicity in the code. Visually this head will just go over here, and the head will go over here, and this, and as I did over here where the tail just got moved to the head position, so uh, head of next actually. So now that after finally eventually this tail will be like somewhere over here, but this tail is moved to the head of next. So head of next was this. So when the tail comes over here, this part is deleted. So finally the tail is like over here. This part entirely is like deleted, and this is what is happening, delete of tail. So let's just go into leetcode.com and do this question so that we get more clarity. You would have got some sort of an idea with this pseudocode, but memorize this code a little bit or something and do it a couple of times, you might understand eventually. This is also my first time teaching things, so it's called as in the pseudocode I took it as node star head. Here it's given it as list node, so we just call it as list node star head is equal to new list node of 0. I'm just putting some value of 0 initially, and I'm creating a pointer called as tail, which is of the type list node. So tail is equal to the head, which is pointed to the head. So now while both the lists exist, so list 1, list 2 exist, I will be checking if list 1 of value is less than or equal to list 2 of value. So if it is so, then we'll be connecting all systems. So if list 1 of value, let's just see what they call it as val, so we'll also keep it as val. If list 1 of val is less than equal to list 2 of val, then we will be now we'll be connecting the tail to the tail of next. We'll be connecting the address of the tail, the next address of the tail, to the list 1. So tail of next is equal to list 1, and it next looks like this. Yeah, and the position of list one itself, the first position of list one is moved to the next one. So list one is equal to list one of next, and now the tail position is also moved. Now see here, in this case we were just linking the tail, but in this step we are like pushing the entire tail position. So here there was the linking happening to the list one's starting position, and here the entire tail pointer is moved to the first position of this thing. So tail is equal to tail of next, and tail of next, the next bond like link is broken, so it's like this. Even like this entire part will be same for the else part also, and the only difference will be list 2, list 2, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And else, and now finally when either of the lists get exhausted, so if no if it will be if list 1 exists, then the send tail of next is equal to list 1, and else tail of next to list 2, that is if in the else condition if list 2 exists. Now finally we'll be removing this this head thing which we extra added, which was the 0 which we added while connecting. So we'll be removing this head thing, and we'll be deleting this tail. So here if we see, I added a 0. 0 was never a part of this. Like I added a 0 over here so that these two will get merged easily in the code. But if you see the output, it's just 1 1 2 3 4. There it's not like 0 1 1 2 3 4. So I have to remove this 0. So let's just bring tail is equal to the head, and let's just move head is equal to head of next, like where the exact head is supposed to be, because the head of this is over here, and over here we have the 0 thing. So like the head is supposed to be over here, and here is the tail. So we have brought the tail to the head, and now we'll just delete the tail entirely. And now let's just return the head. And I have made a mistake over here. I didn't put list 2 over here actually. And if I just run again and see, it is now accepted. I didn't put a list 2 over here, so it was getting time limit exceeded, so I got a little bit of stressed out. But yeah, this is the issue which was made. But yeah, this is the entire code. You can see it properly. This is the entire code. So I just submit it again, and now it should get submitted. And yes, it just got submitted. So thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, goodbye, and yes.